Another one of those, like, check out our virtual console thing.
They did do that. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. By the way, we got Yonni, who is, of course, retired, but still wants to show up, playing against Kyle, playing as the biggest bird, because if you've kept up with his Twitter lately,
He is
he's a Falco player now.
And I love that he decided to emphasize that by using his in-game tag, Falco!
Falco!
Yeah. Oh, don't you dare. Kyle almost had the schnastiest forward smash read. Now, Kyle trying to schmix the biggest bird for being a fake Falco main by playing Snake. Exclusive, this is what the call out is. I know that Kyle, I believe, has a Snake anyway.
Sure.
But sometimes playing against the bird with what I believe to be the typical main, the Crom, is not as fun.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Even.
Meanwhile, with Snake, if my opponent isn't a very seasoned Falco who does genuinely prefer the air, they might start kicking my grenades. And then they can kick rocks into the loser's bracket, you know what I mean?
But the thing you do need to consider is that a Yonni is Yonni, even if he's going by the biggest bird.
Oh, so
Great
true.
tech right there.
Oh,
and
my God.
look, all I'm saying is, what did we know Yonni for all the time as a player? His combo game.
Parry the platypus.
Parry, okay, yeah, parry number one. But the other thing was the combo game for
He
sure.
converted off the parries into some sick follow-up. Combo game, here it is. And you know, when it's frame tight, it doesn't matter where you're placing your kicks. You can't hit the grenade if it doesn't have time to generate.
And even that one right there, right? He hit that back air knowing that he was going to trade with the grenade. But he said, I'm fine with that because I'll get the stage position and I can just hit the Snake one more time and I could potentially get the stock.
Sometimes when you're trying to juggle a Snake, you're like, oh my God, they had infinite options. And then sometimes you watch a Snake getting juggled and you realize that they have literally zero options.
Yeah.
Like, they are completely out of every resource that they've used, and they're just drifting and like, man, I sure hope that they don't kill me.
Wow, down tilt.
That is one to do it.
Once you get to that 180 zone, certainly can be. And there's a down tilt from Falco contesting with the, I guess, the up tilt. He really did just make the tag Falco.
He did.
Because for a second, I was like, oh, whoa, it's just default.
No, it is not.
No.
Default is player one.
That's true.
Ooh, grenade yooped right back over to Kyle. Oh,
he let him neck. He let him hold that.
Is that a Falco or is that a chicken? Because it looked like he was getting strangled.
Got
Kyle
the turkey by the neck.
Started to bring things back before he got hit once by Falco, and that, boy, that hurts. Oh my God, imagine.
I love the idea.
Dead.
However, Yonni has played quite a bit of online, and every Snake online ever does that for her.
That's true. You know, and they should.
And they should.
And they should, especially online.
Especially online. But as I've mentioned, Yonni would be experienced in the matter.
Yeah, not taking full advantage of Kyle's helplessness off stage there. Did let him get back, but at 115, I was going to say, we're at range for many things to KO. The raw back air, up till, I believe, still would have converted to back air on such a tall character as Snake. There was really not a lot of safety there for Kyle. Had to play, you know, pins and needles the whole time. And Snake can do it, surely. But Yonni, one step ahead, was able to corner Kyle, put him in a bad situation, and then end up taking advantage of that with the back air. Game 2, though, with some of the adjustments that Kyle is making, I expect can definitely turn things around. And in a Game 5 set, I wouldn't be shocked if this went all the way.
There was a moment near the end of that Game 1 where I felt like, you know, the biggest bird has been in the lead for a while, but it kind of felt like it was Kyle's game to win. And just, again, like you mentioned, you dropped a combo or something here or there against Falco, and then he just needs to hit you one time, and that's it. But when Snake starts an advantage, it can carry along almost as long as a Falco advantage can.
Now, I will say, to my understanding, and I could be wrong again, secondary Snake, I'm not sure if this is a co-main scenario, but to my understanding, this is like a secondary Snake. It can be really difficult to adjust playing Snake in these kinds of matchups, despite this being one where it's like, yeah, I would rather go this character than my here. What a chase down. It can be really difficult because you don't even get to play Snake the way you want to play Snake. I mean, sometimes you spam B when you're getting hit, but dang, you're not allowed to use grenades the way you'd like to. First of all, those blaster shots are a pain in the butt. They do not let you set up the way that you would like.
I feel like your comfort in a matchup as a player who has more than one character is always going to be better than what is in theory better in a matchup.
Yeah.
Because when you feel more comfortable, you can actually execute the game plans you're thinking of. And execution, especially playing against a really good player like Yonni, that's going to be extra important that you can actually do the things you have in mind. And he can always do those kinds of things with the Falco. But right now, again, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, this might actually really be Kyle's.
Yeah, very important a couple of grenades.
Yo!
I was going to say a very important couple of grenades, and that was certainly one of them.
The flat cannon.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kyle that it turned out that way. I want to see less of that and more other things, personally.
Like perhaps a move that starts with an N and ends in Ikeda.
Yeah, or I don't know, man. If you're going to maybe just a down smash if you're going to two-frame.
That too. Yo. Still living, though. I thought you were telling me to be quiet, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I might be jinxing it. Yeah, you might be right.
No, this is a doomed scenario. You have no jump. Oh.
He thought he was Chef.
He did not have to do that, and as a result, Kyle, who had zero resources, is now back on stage, and therefore can win the game.
And again, this is Snake.
Therefore, can win the game. I love one forward tilt. Stop it! Wait a minute! Wait a minute. Oh, pull out the Nikita, and it's fine to just drop there.
Yo, this is Kyle's game to win. I'm telling you, almost.
I was saying don't because
blow yourself up.
No, I was saying don't because I was trying to signal to Yonni, don't side B in. That was the worst side B in I've ever seen in my life, and I knew. I could feel, and I didn't expect that.
So too did Kyle.
That was honestly way better than anything. I was thinking Kyle would just stand there and up tilt, because that's what I would have done. That doesn't take much brain power.
But he knew the up tilt wouldn't be enough.
He did.
C4.
Even better, remove yourself from the situation, drop the C4 as a trap, and even if he doesn't do the stupid side B, you have that buffer between you two, right? But if he does, there's really a riskless attempt at trying to punish him.
Yeah.
So, beautiful play by Kyle to turn things around after being dead to rights.
After Yonni tried to do too much.
Was swagging around.
He thought he was cooking. And then he looked down and realized, I do not have a pan or a beef or a seasoning.
I will say, I love that he's cooking.
I do too.
I love that he's having fun, very genuinely.
What I was going to say is that the worst part about the outcome of that game is that Yonni may try to stop cooking in these next games now that it is 1-1 and he lost in that fashion.
Nobody wants to see that. Everyone wants to see Yonni cooking.
We are all here to see Yonni cook.
It doesn't matter if what he's cooking comes out burnt or fresh.
I just want to see him cook.
We simply want to see him.
What happened at the end of that game too, while it was stupid, as a spectator, I love to see that.
Yeah. Oh, and I love to see that. I love to see Kyle cooking too.
He is baking.
Genuinely, everyone who is cooking, it's good for me. Oh.
We literally, they're the artists going like, oh, this cake is way better than mine. I'm sitting here going, 2 cakes.
Dude, exactly. You understand.
2 cakes. We'll be seeing you.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's a scenario where if you just think about it for a second, Snake has 0 options. Once you have no double jump there, you can either air dodge and die because it's reactable, or you go for the slowest Cypher in the world and die. Just pick how you die.
Choose wisely.
Well, Wisely is not an ultimate player.
Thank you for going there.
Yeah. Do love that guy. Ice Climbers. Oh, come on. I love when both players whiff tilts in the wrong direction back to back.
Yeah.
It is truly something special.
It's like Charlie's Angels style.
Yeah.
Forward throw?
Yeah, because the down throw is a mix. I mean, you could really just get a kill there on the right read, but do you want to... I would rather put Falco off stage. I think that's fine.
I think next time Kyle should let's trap him in the box.
That would be cool.
Not just from a cooking standpoint, but because Yonni has done the same side Bs many times. Ooh, again the bad
same side B. Just trying to go... I feel like he just always tries to side B into like the 3/4 of the stage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Put himself below the plat, because it's so juicy when you connect it. And most characters, it's not that annoying, you know, if they block it.
Yeah,
But
like
Snake really, oh my God.
Yuck.
Yeah, he had no choice.
he had to. I mean, you could say, well, in hindsight, air dodge down to the ledge.
Yeah,
but
I
you're
mean,
doing that against a Falco. He could have down-aired you down there too.
the thing is, Yonni was close enough that nothing Yonni did to Kyle was reactable for Kyle, but everything that Kyle chose to recover would have been reactable to Yonni, right? Air dodge down, if Falco does not press a button, you can just press the button.
That is the Snake problem.
Nikita, if you press the button, you're going to get killed. You know, Cypher, you get killed.
Speaking of knowing where a character is going to recover,
Haha!
we have the ultimate in this deck.
Crom will certainly recover in one way.
And one way only.
Now
But
he does.
like you said, this is Kyle's main. So now this is a matter of being able to execute a game plan that you have in mind.
Going for a little empty land there, trying to connect back of up tilt, but just got stuffed out. Yonni not going to let it happen to him. And I think that is something that we will have to watch to see if Kyle's able to adapt to very quickly. Because I think Yonni naturally, the way that he plays, does play well around empty lands. I think he kind of option selects out of it because of the way that he is always ready to parry. He can be shielding, go for the parry. If no parry, still aerial comes out and just catch you trying to land.
It's beautiful to see the parries back. That is dead for sure.
Absolutely,
Dude,
just caught him in the corner.
Every Roy and Crom player ever, they just, it's a 5-course meal when you roll out on them, especially to the ledge.
He got hit by first hit in air, parried the second hit in air. He's just prepared. You can't nair in mindlessly against Yonni. You have to really catch him in his movement. Oh,
Nice.
there we go. That is catching
Nice.
the bird. He's all the way back down, though.
I
God.
like that Kyle went for that, though.
Reacted to no tech, but maybe a little bit late to get the forward smash.
Okay,
Maybe
so
Tech
what?
would have done it.
We saw Yonni get punished for rollout. That's dead.
Brother man, you...
Brother man.
What else needs to be said? Doesn't quite get crossed up for the up air, so Kyle still holding on to the stock 104.
So
Once
here's my thought.
Yep.
Yanni has rolled out on a tech situation that's been punished.
Yep.
And then he has neutral got up and rolled in. Both of those have not got punished. I wonder what's next. If Kyle fishes for a down tilt, he could get a read, but he
Who needs
doesn't
that?
even need it.
Who needs that, you know? Why go for the extra steps of making a read when you can simply jab? Scoop. That, you know, down tilt requires effort. The jab, scoop, it requires execution. And Kyle has that.
Kyle has both.
He does have both.
Kyle
was
has
in some down
both.
tilts.
And like you prophesized before the set even started, we're going the distance.
We are going the
Game
distance.
5.
And I love to see it.
I do,
I
frankly.
genuinely do.
I frankly love to see it as well, and especially with the character switch to the Crom as well.
What I love to see most is it feels like both players are playing the game. They're getting their turns back and forth. And you can tell just by looking at the player cams they're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what the Super Smash Brothers game is all about.
I think you can tell even by the gameplay. Even without the player cams, you can tell that they're having a good time. Because sometimes you watch people playing and they like kind of stop after they get stuffed and they just kind of stand there and you're like, oh, poor guy. Oh, die.
Oh, no! Oh, who is dying?
Nobody, evidently, which surprises me the most out of all of the 3 possible outcomes.
Yeah.
4 even.
Somebody surely could have. Oh, he waited.
I would have even ranked both players die over none of them.
Right.
Yonni.
Please don't hang out there. You just take the ledge trap. there is a point where,
The thing is, Yonni is definitely looking for, okay, if Kyle goes for a predictable up B, that Falco down air could contest that every day of the week.
where's he going?
Over there.
Yeah.
Oh, again with these bad side Bs. He's so greedy. That's not my card.
Oh, okay,
But
there we
that
go.
is still as effective.
Yeah, he has kind of just stood there and waited for Kyle to panic press a defensive option, and he has a couple of times, not really a punish, but this time he was positioned for it.
Once again, being positioned to the left of Kyle, proving to be a dangerous place for Yonni. Twice he's gotten set up with either the down tilts or the jabs or what have you, and then been punished afterwards. Kyle
That is
starting to hone in on those win conditions.
a big turnaround for Yonni, though. Kyle was applying a lot of pressure in the corner. The parry going to do it. The cross up and late landing hitbox as well. Going to continue the aggression.
And I love these weight landing up airs right until the very last second and not even fast falling them either, just scooping down so it's still active, and the nay Jeff smash.
Off of one timing mix-up from Kyle there on the late landing aerial.
Uh-oh. And Yonni has to be extra careful now because Kyle has the lead, so if you go off stage against Prom right now, this could be over.
Ooh, didn't quite position properly for the back air after
Get out of that
Kyle's
corner.
DI.
Get out of that corner, Yonni.
Yeah, you do not want to eat that. Ooh, up air, not crossing up. Kyle still surviving 109.
Oh, he rolled to the corner.
He wanted that up air as well.
He literally just walked off the stage because he knew. But
Tried
now
to chase that ugly roll away.
it's unavailable. We are down to last stock, game 5. Nair, jab, but nothing to follow up.
I actually love the wait there because with the platform where it was, Kyle knew he didn't have like a guaranteed follow-up, but a lot of people will panic like directional air dodge there. That could have been big. But no button is no commitment.
Yo,
wait a minute.
the very tip of the side B. He could be dead.
Oh, surviving though. Not really reacting to the air dodge in a way that pushes him back off stage. Jump back and tag, feet on the ground. Hold on!
Still trying to find that last setup for the kill. The biggest bird hunting the biggest prey he's tried to find all day. 100% for either of these players, though, means that a kill setup could be abound.
Now he's off stage. That's a terrifying position to be in. Does make it back. Oh, that's a big whiff. No, follow-up doesn't quite get the back air. Biggest bird still surviving, rolls in, doesn't get punished.
Yeah!
That's so punishable.
Literally the worst side B I've ever seen, and we've seen so many bad ones, but both players still hanging on.
They both want it so bad that the
Ugh.
spaghetti is
Yeah.
overflowing. What happened? Was that a phantom footstool?
I think it was. And they are still both at 130 back air. Kyle gets it in the scramble, and we were scrambling for a solid minute and a half.
Somehow, against all odds, at the end of the day, Kyle is Kyle. He is
His pronouns are he/him because he is him. What I like, no, this can't be fixed by water. This can't be fixed by water. This has to do with the fact that I shouted many anime attacks
Yeah.
like yesterday.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this
I
is just
believe
something we have to live with.
Kyle also did shout many anime attacks.
Take this!
Ha! Whoop!
Oh, that training paid off.
Yeah. That is the moment. We were gonna, that was a great set.
That was a very good
the
set.
second set we got to watch of the night.
I'm mad that my voice is this messed up.
Shoutouts to
Because I
Best of
wanted to
5
scream.
for the whole tournament, by the way, because that would not have been nearly as good of a set if it just ended on the
No,
three.
it just would have been 3-1. We would have been like, oh, last